Hello guys, this is Pap from Pap back at it again, and today we are here with the optimized deck list that brought me to KOG. So this is actually the deck list that I felt more safe with, and that actually is instantly consistent. Just take into account that from legend rank 1 to KOG, I had 2 win streaks, one of 11 or 10 wins, as you will see in the replays, and one of like 9 or 8 wins in a row. So the deck list is insanely consistent, as I already showed you in a previous video, where I actually showed you a pendulum TELLARKNIGHT, because this is what we are talking about, pendulum TELLARKNIGHT. Also, as you can see right here, I'm actually loading a lot of gems. I'm saving a lot of gems right here. We got more than 10k, and I'm ready for the next new box. We'll see what it will contain. We hope some hero support, of course. And before jumping right into it, guys, just a quick reminder: if you enjoy the content, please leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and it really helps me a lot. Let's jump right into it. So I'm here with the Pegasus, so the skill is the same that I showed you in the previous video. Mind scan, really easily of course triggerable, like this thing lets you see the set cards your opponent has, and it is really good. I mean, you can basically snipe with your deltas the backrows that you want, and of course you can change your plays depending on what you actually what your opponent is playing. And TELLARKNIGHTS are a pretty safe deck, like with cards like Trevor and Deltaras, you know that you will always have something to special summon even if they are gone. So this allows you to keep your life points above 3000. That is the requirement you need to have in order to see the cards your opponent has set. So as you can see, really nothing special. We only have a couple of additions. I switched to a triple altair because it just felt like, you know, I really want to have an altair in my hand. Maybe not as a first turn play, but it's actually something that we need the most. So I just took altair from 2 back to 3. I introduced Cyrus as to recycle stuff, because I had a duel where I actually used all the extra decks. So having something like Cyrus is actually a thing you cannot give up. And basically to keep the cards at 20, as you can see, I just reduced Zephyr to 2 and Zephyr to 2. So these were the main changes, just because having a bunch of these guys in your hand is true that if you have 2 of these guys, like, you can summon the other ones, the other copies, if you have only these guys in your hand. But you basically do not want this to happen. Like, it's enough to have one of them, because then if you have Dino, you can just have the other one. So it really feels like playing the deck in this way is so much, how can I say, it's clean, and you know, you really avoid stuff when you have triple Zephyr or something like that. So it's really it just happens to be very cool to play, and it seems like you avoid breaking with this, you know, with this rate. And for the trap cards, nothing new, nothing special. Stellar Nova Alpha is just insane, and I think that this deck is top tier, definitely, because you can just spam your Trevors so freaking easily. You get rid of everything and you recycle your Fiendish Chain. It's just an insane combo, honestly. I do think these can be definitely in the tier list, and I do think this could be actually the best deck right now. As you will see in the replays, some crazy stuff. Of course, keep in mind that I just brought you the best ones. I could not show you everything, like, because of course, as you may know, the video will have been long forever, like. So that was all, guys, for the deck list breakdown. Nothing changed for the extra, as well. As you can see, the Jolly is always Paladinamo, which is so cool to have. And Guys, last thing that I wanted to remind you is that this guy is actually what you need to have with your Trevor. Why? Because as you can see, as you may already have noticed, all this guy has low stats. But what actually gives you 4K and lethal? Trevor, that is 2100. And Zrevaxidan 1900. So most of the times this was the combo on my field to actually have the ATK. So you want to have Trevor, and then, my boys, you want to have Zrevaxidan to in attack position to have lethal. Keep in mind that. So guys, that was all for the Blacklist breakdown. If you have some questions, ask in the comment section down below and we can jump right into the replays. Here we go, my boys. Here I was at a 4-win streak. This was the 5th win in a row against Duel. And actually, guys, this is not only for the win streak, but this is to show you that now we can easily beat what was a nightmare for Stellar Knights. Why? Because, you know, Bloom Diva is actually was a problem for Stellar Knights until they had Trevor, because the only thing they could do was to pop, to destroy cards. And we had to rely on cards like Paladinimo to go over Bloom Diva. And it was the only chance we had. So if somehow your opponent stops your Paladinimo, you were basically dead. There was nothing you could do. But now with Trevor, it's just so easy. So it was me to begin. As you can see right here, I already have a piece of the puzzle, so I can just go with my Pendulum Summon, as you can see right here. And Pendulum Summon, actually, I decided to go for both the guy instead of sending the one to the grave, and I went for the first turn Trevor that actually make me recycle also the Pendulum stuff, and then first turn to reduce your opponent's hand by 1. So this is actually pretty cool stuff. Like Trevor is it's actually pretty safe turn 1 play, because you can not only reduce your opponent's hand by 1, but you can also ensure to have something to summon in case this guy gets destroyed. So that is pretty nice. It's got the perfect card to begin with, the first movement solo, of course, to summon the Suntress that will let us recover the card I discarded, and then it's got the skill, of course, to have the Chopina that recycle the Sonata once again. As you can see, the fusion summon, of course, with Suntress, to go into Shibata instead of the Bloom Diva, but that's fine. So it's still not done because he's got another Sonata right there. Then he attacked, but with Trevor I could just summon my my Altair that could summon the Dina. But keep in mind, because this is happened all in the damage at the end of the damage step, he cannot chain anything. He cannot chain the effect to banish. So we're chilling effect of Dineb to add an Altair to our hand, and then he attacked, but that's fine. Now we got plenty of stuff. At this point, he made the correct play and actually banished everything from my graveyard. As you can see, we know that this is a treasure, so we have to play around that. We've got now a Fiendish Chain to protect ourselves. He's got the treasures, and I needed him to do that. Also, in the truth, I do not lose my guy because he's on the extra deck, so I can always summon this guy back as soon as I get the Pendulum skill that I need. He's got another fusion summon right there. He went for Bloom Diva. I don't know why, honestly. It was not the safest play, but I was afraid of my set card, so I could just be chilling and stop the Shibata at that point. Now I got another Fiendish, so I'm chilling. I can just go with Altair, summoning the Trevor, and then, you know, just wait. Keep in mind that when Trevor is destroyed or sent to the grave, when he does not have materials, you do not get the effect of special summoning. He's got the Typhoon, then he attacked that's fine. I take the damage and Trevor is gone, but there's no problem for that. I've got the, at this point, I summon my Pendulum guy, but Lamus, I can discard the Alpha, and this is the best play. Why? Because I can go into Trevor, make everything come back to hand, included my Fiendish Chain included. So now I have to reduce his hand by 1, and look at what I picked, his score. I can attack directly, and I also have a defense, plus if he destroys my Trevor, I can summon something from the graveyard. He's got the top deck of Ostinato, as you can see right here, so he's right there. But at that point, I do not want to stop that. And you know why? Because if I use Fiendish Chain in the end phase, he gets the effect of summoning all the fusion materials. Because if I Fiendish Chain, this thing that becomes destroyable by cut effects. And the effect of Oshino comes in place. So I actually would have let him attack my Triever. But then he realized that and he did not use the effect of Bloom Diva to pop my Triever because he didn't want me to special summon the stuff from the grave and start, you know, doing stuff. So he stopped, but then at this point it was not the correct move because I can just use Fiendish Chain. He's got Book of Moon though. Book of Moon to save his Bloom Diva. At this point he used the effect, but I can bring back at this point the Altair. Altair will bring back the Zefraxidon. So we are kinda not in a bad in a good position right now. He's got the Typhoon. At this point I just use Survive Half-I, negated that because I wanted to draw a card basically, that's it. And he attacked the Bloom Diva, he attacked the Zefraxidon, that's fine. At this point, if we manage to have at least, you know, another Pendulum card would have been chilling, but we did not. But we can just summon this guy in attack position because Bloom Diva can do nothing against normal summon monster. It's got the Typhoon, step up the Fiendish Chain, and that's comprehensible because of course if I summon Triever this gets recycled, and then I can just summon Deneb. I mean, I was chilling. Even without Deneb, even without any other cards, I would have the win in my hand just because I can go into Paladinum, as you can see right here. Paladinum again is always a good solution for the Bloom Diva. So this was a very nice duel, as you can see, and rank up. There you go. Here instead, guys, this was the 8th win in a row, as you can see right here. It was him to begin, and this got Naturia. So this was kind of a strange duel, honestly. I've got a pretty good hand. Deneb had the other Pendulum Scale. He stopped me with the Karma Cut, but thanks to the Pendulum stuff, that is not a problem. We can just have the other skill, set both the Pendulum Scale, Pendulum Summon, this time just to go into a, as you can see, I actually went only with the Altair because I didn't want it to lose the Deneb effect. You know why? Because I already used the effect of Deneb, right? So I didn't want to use that, and I didn't want to discard my Fiendish Chain. That's why I didn't go with the Xyz summon. It's got the glow up bulb effect, as you can see right here, and Rose Lover to keep actually have to bring out the Guardiak. Using the effect, I let him do that, and then synchro summon into Armadis, Keeper of the Boundaries. I was personally I was afraid of a Black Rose Dragon, that's why I capped my Fiendish Chain, and then in the battle phase I just stopped the Armadas, the Armadis, so I'm chilling. I still have also life points above 3k, so I'm chilling. I got the perfect draw of Vega to summon Deneb. Deneb will let me have another Vega. I can just Pendulum Summon at this point instead of discarding and waste my Batleamus. I can Pendulum Summon, triple summon into Triever, really easy. We've got the Pendulum Skill back to our hand, but most important, we've got the Fiendish Chain back to our hand. We can just send that to the grave, and then at this point he can just top deck. Let's see if he top decked something. And he did. He did top deck his Monster Reborn, Guardiak again, but at this point I can just stop that with my Fiendish Chain, as you can see. So now look at this, I can just summon my, I actually went for I set the Pendulum Skill because I wanted to pop something. I want something to pop with the effect of Zefrathuban, because I can summon Zefrathuban, use the effect, pop his cards and mine, and then I can just attack directly. So as you can see, both the Pendulum guys are really good and versatile in a lot, and useful in a lot of situations. There you go. As you can see right here, this was the 10th win in a row. So we've got Carly Carmine at this point, and let's see what we've got. Another interesting duel. This time it was, of course, Lights one when you see 30 card deck. It was Phantom Knights with Light Swords. It was a really nice combo, of course, with focusing on graveyard manipulation. I've got Vega to begin with, summoning the Zefrathuban, right? Yeah. And then, of course, my Exit summon into Batleamus that summons a Deltaros. I decided to go with Deltaros, honestly, because there was no point of, wasting a Triever for that. So I just popped that and then went straight with the attack. Also, Deltaros can let me summon something from the deck, and I actually wanted to bring out the Deneb. That's why I went for Deltaros, because with Triever you can just summon stuff from the grave. Keep in mind that it's got Josan Spell Trap, we got the Stellar Alpha, it's got the Lumina effect, and we can just negate that, so he wastes this normal summon, and we're chilling. Also, of course, with Deltaros we get to bring out Altair from the grave, and then I summon Deltaros because I just felt like the Lumina summon was a trap. And my boys, I was right, because he's got plenty of stuff in the grave. He can just banish the clock, then this ward to summon the gloves, and then he's got the other special summon. At this point, he can just go with Break Swords, as you can see right here. Use the effect, pop my Altair first, then because the Break Sword is popped, he can summon back from the graveyard a couple of Phantom Knights, increase its level by 1, and go into Rebellion, the Dark Rebellion Exceeds Dragon. But at this point, he's gonna scoop, because he just realized that I can use the effect of Deltaros as many times I want. So I pop the Deltaros, I use the effect, and he surrendered, because at this point I could have just had a Deneb to let me have an Altair, so next turn I have all sat back again. I can just go into Triever and I have lethal, and plus I have a Stellar Alpha in my hand. There you go. Last but not least, this was another win streak, the 8th win in a row, another top tier deck. We're talking about, of course, Destiny Heroes top tier maybe, but meta, of course. It's got the skill, of course, Clock of Destiny with Clock Tower Prison, and it's got of course, the skill, the counters on it. He adds the Mystical Spheres Typhoon and then a set monster is fine. We actually didn't have a good hand until we picked one of the skill, because now with Deneb we can have the other one. That's exactly what we did. We had the other one, then set both the Pendulum Scales, Pendulum Summon, and of course we're gonna summon a couple of TELLARKNIGHTS, because of course we're gonna go into Triever. Everything of course clean, as you can see. Triever, to make everything come back to hand, he's got the enemy controller play. Actually, he didn't set the Typhoon. That was maybe it was a misplay, honestly, because he could have destroyed the Pendulum skill. But it's got the Cockatower Prison again, and the problem is that anyway, he wouldn't have be able to use this because this effect, because with if he wasted the Typhoon on my Pendulum skill, he wouldn't have that Typhoon to use on his Clock Tower Prison. So anyway, he would still have lost the effect of Clock Tower Prison. So he's got the Mask Change though, top deck into the Anki, of course, attacking my Triever. Triever let me special summon the Altair back from the graveyard. That special summon, of course, a Deneb. Deneb will let me add a card to my hand, and this of course is gonna be, I guess, a Triever, a Vega, yes, of course. He's got Farm Change. I just had it with the effect of Anki to summon Diane. Pretty nice move, because now with Diane he can just summon a Decider from his deck, and then actually basically get rid of everything. Also, recycling the Celestial, maybe not the best move, because you want to have your Celestial in the grave, right? So, but that's fine, because at this point everything is set already again. So we got Vega to summon the Altair. Altair will bring back a Deneb that actually let me had another Zefraxidan, and if you keep it, if you were focused when during the decklist breakdown, you know where this is going what this is gonna be about. So we're gonna go into Triever using the effect. Everything comes back to the hand. Triever's effect reduces his hand by 1. Then Pendulum Skill number 1, Pendulum Skill number 2, Pendulum Summon to summon the only guy that added to Triever gives me lethal and nothing. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. So guys, there as you can see, I actually showed you a 10 win streak, but that win streak actually went up to 11, like, so it was they were 11 wins in a row, and this was the second win streak. This was actually the King of Games duel, if I'm not wrong, so it was pretty nice. Guys, a very easy climb with this deck, insane consistent. I think I made it in 40 duel, or maybe even less, maybe 30 duel, like, so it was really an easy climb. So guys, that was all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have some questions, feel free to ask me whatever you want in the comment section down below. Thanks a lot for watching, and as always, see you in the next one.